Here I am at Lake Magadi, one of the Rift Valley lakes in southern Kenya. And this is one of the great breeding grounds of 4 million pink flamingos in East Africa. And if you look out behind me, what you don't see is flamingos. Adam, how long have you been coming here?
About 40 years.
And this is the first time you've seen no flamingos?
This is the first time for me to see no flamingos. This lake level has dropped dramatically, and that's a function of the drought, and the drought is a function of the deforestation. So most of the rivers feeding the lake have dried up. No flamingos in Lake Magadi. That's very bad news.
We just drove through 90 kilometers of deforested grasslands.
In 1963, our forest cover was 12.5%. Now it's 1.7%.
Those forests are gone, cut down to make charcoal and used as cooking fuel in Nairobi.
Charcoal is illegal, but produced countrywide. It's the most legally illegal trade in Kenya.
When Hemingway came here, it was the scariest place he'd ever been in Africa because the forests were so big and the grasslands were so tall, the lions could come at you from anywhere. And there's nothing left now but bare ground.
We've lost most of our forest cover. And with that is going rainfall, with that's going our rivers, with that's going our lakes, with that is going most of the people's livelihoods.
For thousands of years, the Masai people have depended on the grasslands of East Africa to support their lives and livelihoods, which are now threatened by deforestation, by overgrazing, and by global warming, which is causing desertification in much of Africa. These Masai families had been walking for 12 days with their herds, carrying the newborn calves on their own shoulders as they searched unsuccessfully for grass. With people and industry competing against the wild animals of southern Kenya, this vast area is headed towards a tragic disaster. The best hopes of reversing this trend may lie with the reforestation and economic empowerment efforts of Africa Conservation Trust.
Well, I've been camping on this river for many, many years. And a few years ago, I told Peter that we would probably start this trust one day and come and plant trees. And it's become a reality.
How many trees is this, you think?
500 trees.
500?
Actually, this project is quite unique because it's probably the first time in Masai history here for the ladies to actually be allowed to come and work.
How do you like having a job?
Yeah, I'm really happy to have a job.
We started this conservation through wealth creation program because all conservation needs to make money, otherwise it just doesn't survive. And the community have run this nursery very, very well. We're going to look at some of the plant out areas, and you can see the difference between the desert areas and the plant out areas. The difference is so dramatic.
Here I am at the Masai watering hole, where we have a whole lot of goats. Everything overgrazed beyond belief. Ancient forest gone, the grasslands gone, denuded. No rainfall to recharge the aquifer, and behind me you have the trees that have been planted. These trees are 1.5 years old, twice as tall as I am. Africa Conservation Trust works with these local Masai communities who provided this land for this tree planting program. And they've grown these trees from seeds into seedlings, and they've planted them out.
This is really a good demonstration of what can be done. And if you eliminate overgrazing, then you've got regenerated soils very fast. So by expanding tree cover, you're reversing desertification. And once you start getting this rolling, it creates employment in the rural areas.
Africa Conservation Trust is partnering with Masai communities, hiring men and women in their first jobs ever. The goal is to plant millions of trees, to create an income for families living on $1 a day, to combat global warming and desertification, to help restore the tremendous natural wonders of East Africa. To support this work, go to globalgiving.com and search for Masai.